This is a very difficult story. It happened in my hometown, Akron, Ohio. And it consists of the killing of Jayland Walker on June the 27th, 2022. Jayland Walker, 25-year-old man, was killed following a traffic stop and a police chase. And after they caught up with him, they shot approximately 90 rounds at him during a foot chase and an attempted arrest. This is what the paper says. Now, this story has got national news, global news. Why? Black man killed by police, shot 90 times. Overkill? Yes. And that generates revenue. That gets these people money. Now, in the midst of times, we have people getting shot and killed practically almost every night, every other night, 2 or 3. You got kids getting killed. It's not getting national attention because it's just, just a bunch of hoodlums killing hoodlums. And not all of them is hoodlums. You got babies. You got people that just sitting there, just walking to the store. It don't matter what they did in their life. They just doing what a person does, walk to the store. And then they want to compare him to that last guy that shot all them people in Buffalo. Shot 90 rounds, but he made it out alive. He's in jail now. Not a scratch on him. But they failed to mention he did not run from the police. He did not try to fight the police. He gave up willingly because he knew he wanted to go to jail. He wanted to come out of this alive. See, these police ain't playing. I know they keep trying to say it's predominantly black people that are getting shot and killed by the police, but it's usually them are the ones that's running from the police. Why are you running? It was a traffic stop. All you had to do was just get the ticket and keep it pushing. If they had towed the car, whatever, you would have been able to go home and go to sleep in your bed. How many of us that got pulled over? How many of us that had our car towed? For no reason, most of the time. They didn't have to tow your car. They could have just left it there until somebody picked it up. But, hey, it renegates revenue. And nobody wants to hear that. Now, here he is again. Now they out there protesting. You got the Black Lives Matter banners out there. You got them out there talking, making all this noise. The man is still dead. Why? They're all on TV. I'm so sick and tired of that. It ain't helping. I wish you would have the mother. Like I always say, go to a black YouTube commentary. Talk to them. Stop getting on this nationwide TV, giving them giving them revenue, making their folks rich. And tell the truth, because you can't tell the truth on their station. Because they're going to try to tell you what to do. You got a lawyer, so your lawyer is telling you what to do. Tell the truth. Tell these young black people what they need to know. in order to be able to come home safely to your family. Now we hear this time and time and time again. When are we going to learn? These police ain't out here, they ain't out here playing games. You going to sit up there and make them have to chase you? And we already know where we living at. We living in the United States, founded on blood and tears. What do you expect? Stop trying to act like this is not the United States. Now we always sitting around here complaining, but we ain't doing nothing to change it. You can't go to them to change it. We got to change it. The way they think, act, and react is already built in stone. We have to break that stone. When are we going to stop saying we shall overcome? Black Lives Matter. Okay. They're going to be singing that song for about maybe, 6 weeks? And then you ain't going to hear it no more till the next one get killed. Instead of out there every day trying to educate these kids on the reality of life. I heard this one, she was a black young female talking about, all the violence. I was reading in New York where 11-year-old and 13-year-old got stabbed. And they think the 13-year-old stabbed the 11-year-old or something. And she was talking about how school out, these kids ain't got nothing to do, and they just have idle time. Why do they have idle time? I mean, when we was growing up, we didn't have that much to do either. We had the pool, we had the YMCA, we had the park, just about the same thing they had. But we weren't going out here killing each other, stabbing each other, robbing people's houses and stealing cars. So it's really the mindset. Because for one thing, your kids should never have idle time. It don't cost nothing to go out there and play basketball with your kids. Walk around the block, plant a tree, plant a flower. It don't cost nothing to read a book, to create a play, to create a story. Sit down and play with your kids. Go to the thrift store and buy some card games, some board games. See, we don't even know how to even relate to our own children. Because we have too much of this TV, media, laptop, phone. We done lost that connection to other human beings in the flesh. We too busy trying to get a like here but then when you on there and you say something they don't like, they get an attitude and they ready to bust you in your head. Because they can't even relate to people's other criticism. We need to realize we are living in a retarded ass land. And we need to be hollering Black Lives Matter 24/7. Especially at night when all these killings is going on. Because it's a doggone shame. Why is you still out here knowing among other foods? Because what is they out there doing? You need to tell them, hey, why don't you get a job? Talk to your kids. Play with your kids. They don't know how to do that. I was at my grandson's track meet, and I noticed all the black men out there were just talking with the other black men. They weren't even talking to the kids. They wasn't even, conversation with the kids, or even acknowledging they was there. But every time something go wrong, oh, look what they did to us. It's their fault. It's never our fault. And I can say one thing: as long as we continue to play the victim, we're gonna always be the victim. Thank you for listening. More to come. I am looking for someone to just debate me on this conversation. Hey, talk to me. Talk to each other about what's going on in this world, and especially in our own hometown. Now, I just heard about these two teens, and a 21-year-old is wanted for killing a 24-year-old that was only trying to cash his check. Well, did cash his check. That's why they murdered him, for his money. Where was the outrage for that? Where are the broken windows and protesting? Black Lives Matter signs. Nowhere to be found. Now, if the police kill these guys, shoot them 2 or 3 times or more, oh, they're going to be out there in droves. So what are we saying? Your life only really matters if you are killed by the police? That needs to be disputed in the courts, just like everything else. But we know that's not going to happen because protesting, it generates revenue. But what I want to know is, are we teaching our kids not to respect authority? Why are our black men and women, kids, running from the police, just being pulled over for a simple traffic violation? Is it because of the way they look at the police officers? We need to redirect our attention more on prevention